the proof of concept has been established. So the technology that I'm talking about today is ICAM, uh, and what ICAM does is in the mobile video space. So what I'm going to do is start by characterizing the mobile video space and what is it that we are doing within that space. The topic of the conference being market positioning. So let me go there. The first slide is actually premature. It should have come after this. So if you try to characterize the wireless video space, there are, I believe, three macro segments. One that is most familiar to us is what could be called on-demand video space, which is like flip a camcorder. It's not exactly wireless because you take the video, you upload it or store it locally, and then you upload it onto YouTube or something, and then you view it on demand. That is probably the most familiar model of mobile video. Then you have live streaming, which I guess if you are an avid searcher on the internet, you would have noticed Quick, Justin TV, which offer live mobile video casting, recording, and sharing. In the space where ICAM belongs, or the space that is trying to create, is a hands-free wireless video communication headset which streams video live from a headset. So it's meant to do field applications. It's meant for conferencing on the move. And it's paired, the ICAM headset itself is not an accessory, it's an intelligent device, so it could even do device-to-device communications. On top of that, it also pairs with a network, so it can stream video through a network. And what it's trying to do, which is different from existing services, to be bi-directional. That is, there could be a group of people trying to communicate with each other, and they can do the communication bi-directionally. So the space, I would define it as a mobile collaboration space using video and other forms of communication. So the problem that is solving essentially ICAM in order to be able to do the collaboration is to be able to work in a heterogeneous network, and that's what this slide is essentially describing. What you need to do when you want to collaborate as a group. People will be working on different networks. They'll have different devices. So ICAM network has the middleware to do that.
So you have interoperability.
Yeah. So based on the mobile collaboration space that I just talked about, these are the applications or the micro segments that we can address.
What is the strongest segments do you see in terms of use cases?
I think private security, law enforcement, there is already a recognized demand for something like this, and it's unmet largely. There are a few services that are available, and that's where I'll come to. I'll make this presentation very short. I want the feedback more than my presentation there. So this is the comparison I'm making between TASER International and ICAM. TASER International has an application focused for law enforcement, and what they're trying to do is to they have a headset and they store it locally, then you have to upload it onto website, and then law enforcement officials can share that video. But what the ICAM is trying to do by contrast is to do it live, do it bi-directional, so that you could, for example, respond to emergencies in real time. So you have a multi-dimensional view of the situation that you're involved in. And the market, as we see, is overlaps the headset market, the mobile video market.
This is just a generic headset market?
Yeah, I mean, that's really a benchmark for the market size because the current headsets are really accessories. So they work with another intelligent device to be able to move that data. But this one is not an accessory, it's an
Yeah.
intelligent device. Okay, so this is really a benchmark, and mobile video game is a benchmark. And of course, once you expand the range of applications, the mobile video market will be much larger. This mobile video market that they're talking about is really the consumer market, not really enterprise. And then you have the
How big is the security market that you're looking at?
oh, I have looked at that market. It's in terms of size, I don't have figures here, but I have somewhere else. But what's interesting about the law enforcement market is that with the experiences of catastrophic events, they are beginning to realize that you need to be able to put together information from very divergent sources and different people. And that's why there is a well-documented need for getting video from diverse sources.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. What would be the rollout like, right? I think the good news is that market would be selling to potentially, government, defense,
Yeah,
those kinds of
right.
areas where there is an enormous amount of funding available,
Right, that's
which
exactly
is
the point.
very good news.
Oh,
You
security
can go
would
wherever
be-
else, you can go wherever else afterwards.
Right.
But it's a good solid entry point
Right,
into a market which right now has funds available.
that's right.
So let's I would say that from a positioning point of view, your market entry segment is that.
Right.
Now you need to drill down and figure out where you enter the market and how you.
Well, that's it's really handled by consultants. So we have the people specializing in operations risk management. So you really have to go through them because it's for the start.
Have you talked to any of them?
Yeah, I talked to one of them, and
And?
they want to. Well, we have intellectual property, and the prototype is under development. So once that is completed, then they have agreed to put us in touch with someone who will test it on site.
Yeah, I think that's the way I would go about it. I would kind of get 5-6 consultants who are involved in system integrating, both designing, architecting, and integrating these large scale security systems for the government, for cities, or for states, and that's where I would collect the feedback from on exactly how, because I think one of the questions that's going to come up between, you go back one slide to the competitor that
Yeah,
that Taser.
this competitor is already doing extremely well.
Right, so now your core issue is going to be kind of understanding that competitor and positioning against that competitor, and it's if I picked up right, your key differentiation with them is that you can live stream, whereas they have to do store and forward.
Yeah, right.
Right?
It's discontinuous.
It's a synchronous versus asynchronous, and the question I would ask all these the end consumers. You can go through the consultants and you can get in front of the security offices. It's like, how important is that synchronous communication to them? How valuable is that value proposition?
Well, the consultant we spoke to is definitely valuable. But
In what scenario? I would like to know the use cases where it's valuable.
It's emergency response.
That further subsegments the security market.
I don't quite understand what you're saying.
So the security market is of a certain size.
Right.
The video surveillance in the security market has a certain total available market.
Right.
Now if you layer on top of that the emergency use case,
Yeah.
so your product is most valuable in an emergency scenario.
Yes.
So that would subsegment the applications where you are valuable, which
Right.
means you're going to get a smaller total available market, which may still be a very large
Right.
total available market.
Right.
That's the analysis I would do. I would try to figure out how big is the emergency video surveillance market.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of information, and there's actually a magazine just dedicated for that, officer.com, which talks about these things, gives specific cases, and gives some information on market size.
Okay, so that's something you should look up.
Yeah.
Is that how so if that's a big enough market, then and you can decide on how big a business you can build based on that.